Game 1, Clippers versus Lakers. The Battle of LA basketball happened tonight. And the Clippers came away with a 112 to 102 win. As expected, Clipper Nation stand up. Not surprised at all. What we saw tonight was just what we're going to see every night, is a team that has a lot of talent, a team that has a lot of depth, a team that is well coached, a team that can beat you in a variety of different ways, a team that can have a variety of different lineups. We can go big, we can go small, we can have shooters on the floor, we can have bigs on the floor. This Clipper team is really good. And I know there's been a lot of hype about the Clippers this year because of Kawhi and Paul George. But it's not just about Kawhi and Paul George, It's about Pat Beverly and Landry Shamet and Montrezl Harrell and Lou Williams and Mo Harkless and JaMychal Green and Rodney McGruder and Terrence Mann and, Fee Capingeli and Patrick Patterson and the whole roster, 1 through 15. Derek Walton Jr. they just signed as their 15th man, their backup point guard. Okay, this is a Clipper team that will be able to withstand guys that need to rest, guys that may, knock on wood, get injured. Because that's really the key to it all. The team that wins the championship is going to be the best team that stays the healthiest. Because health is the most important thing along with talent, obviously. But you got to stay healthy. So this being game 1, Clipper Nation, stand up, show your pride, man. It's Clipper time. And people up. I was watching the game and Richie Miller, was saying this is always going to be an LA town or a Laker town, excuse me. I mean, of course. I mean, they have 16 championships to 0. But if the Clippers win 16 championships in a row, and it's they won't do that. But let's say they did, then it was 16 champions and 16 championships. Then it's not an Laker town anymore, right? So it's not always going to be a Laker town. Okay, things change, right? I've been a Clipper fan since 1991, and I've watched some really bad seasons, really bad rosters, really bad draft picks, really bad injuries. But I've stuck with them, man. Here I am. So anyway, let's get into these highlights, man. See Kawhi go for 30. Talk a little bit about what we decided to do, how the Lakers looked, because this is the Battle of LA channel. So I'm going to have, supposed to have my guy Matt Cook here tonight so we could talk a little Laker action. He's a Laker fan. Get his 2 cents on the Lakers and what we should expect to see from them this year. But LeBron James, Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis was a beast. There's really nothing anyone can do to stop Anthony Davis. I mean, he's that good. So the Clippers started Patrick Patterson tonight. I thought Patrick Patterson, and I think he will be, I think Doc's going to change the lineups a lot based on who we're playing, matchups, etc., because our roster is so deep. And he went with Patrick Patterson up front at power forward with Zubac to match up with JaVale McGee and Anthony Davis, instead of going with JaMychal Green or Mo Harkless at the 4. Mo Harkless is probably too small to guard Anthony Davis, so I get that. But I really thought they would go with JaMychal Green tonight at the 4. He's a big guy. He could guard AD down there. But they went with a bigger guy who's really another 5. Patrick Patterson is now kind of a 5. So they went, they played 2 5s, quote unquote, because Anthony Davis is so big. And we went with 2 5s to match up. What I didn't like, I don't mind it, but having Pat start on LeBron, I thought, it was great for the announcers to get all excited and talk about it. But at the end of the day, if you've got a 6'8" Hall of Famer with the ball in the post against a 6'1" point guard, it's not going to be a good ending. Pat may win a couple, get a couple stops, get a steal or there, knock the ball out of bounds, get the crowd fired up. Yeah, that's great. But in the long run, LeBron's going to probably dominate that. And that's what you see what happened right from the get-go. LeBron went right to the post and scored. So I was a little surprised to see that, but I think we threw a lot of different people at him. So, and really the Lakers, besides AD and LeBron, they've got good size up front with JaVale and Dwight, and AD, of course, and LeBron. They're really big, but they're guards. I mean, besides Danny Green went off tonight, but he won't be doing that every night. He got kind of lost a couple times. They got him going. But they're guards. Lakers need a guard or two really to be competitive, I think, in the playoffs. I don't think Rondo or Caruso is going to make that big of a difference. I mean, it will certainly help having Rondo and Caruso instead of KCP and Quinn Cook. I mean, if Quinn Cook were any good, I think the Warriors would have kept him. And Avery Bradley hit a couple shots tonight too. But guess what? You're open for a reason. Okay? You're open. And he shoots it and makes it. Well, you're open for a reason because we want you to shoot. Because you can't shoot. You're a defender. That's what you do. But we had some good looks tonight. Excuse me. Anyway, let's get into this. Talk about it some more.
Lindsay and Dedrick Taylor.
Dedrick Taylor, I used to work for the head coach at Cal State Fullerton's name is Dedrick Taylor, the men's basketball coach. It's interesting. Is a ref same name? Here we go, Pat. It's kind of like a boxing match, or boxing fight. Everyone's on their feet. Everyone's got their phones out. Oh, Pat's guarding LeBron. Anyway. Right to the post. Yeah, there's nothing you can do. Nothing you can do about that. LeBron's just too big. There's AD going to work. Good pass. JaVale's a problem. I think if I'm the Lakers, I don't know why they don't play JaVale more. I don't know. I mean, Rick Carlisle knows what he's doing, obviously. So I'm not second guessing him. I wonder what the thinking is behind it, because every time he's in the game, he'll make a play on offense, get a dunk or a tip, and the defense will block shots. Maybe he makes mistakes remembering coverages or running offense. I don't know. So got off to a bad start, 13-2. I actually missed the first 3 minutes of the game. The other game was in overtime. It was on a different channel. I don't know. I kind of missed it, so I didn't see the very beginning. But as soon as Lou Williams, I wasn't worried because I know, through 48 minutes, when we have to sub and the subs come in and we play more people, our roster is just so good. It's just we're gonna find our way back into the game, right? So 13-2. I think this is the first possession. Lou and Trez are in the game.
In the six-man voting a season ago.
And that just said, hey, listen, guys. That just said, hey, we're okay. Everyone just settle down. Laker fans, sit down. Just relax, okay?
And we saw this all last season between those going down low to LeBron James and Anthony Davis.
Here's AD again. He was a problem, man. He was a problem. Got to the free throw line a ton, too, in the first half. He shot like 10 free throws in the first half.
Training camp, the exhibition games, I just want to come in here and do my job. Play defense, rebound, and protect
Dwight. That's the thing about Lou. Lou wants to go to his left, right? So most teams try to take his left away and force him to go right. He's not good. He's not as good going to his right, pulling up. If he's going to go to his right, he wants to go all the way to the rim, and he's pretty good at finishing and going up and under. But he wants to get to his left hand. So they're forcing him right. Dwight Howard. Put some clothes on, man. No one wants to see those super small shorts and your girlfriend's jersey, man. Put some clothes on.
Do my job. Play defense, rebound.
Gets to his right, finishes.
Great move inside. with a Lou Williams scoop. He's already gone to the line
Lou
7
Williams
times,
scoop.
but he's only converted on 3 of them. Williams
Going to his
makes a
right.
move, dumps it out.
JaMychal Green. Let's look at that again.
Williams made move, dumps it out. JaMychal
Clippers just have too many weapons. They have too many.
for the Clippers tonight.
And this is not a anomaly. Like, so this isn't like, well, they made all their shots and all these guys made shots. No, this is the way they built the roster like this.
On both the left and right shoulders. Watching from that side.
AD was a problem.
Drive here.
KCP.
Caldwell Pope.
Troy Daniels is nice. I like Troy. I like him. Actually, the one Laker guard I like is Troy Daniels. He can shoot it.
Early 3.
Come on, Pat.
Retrieved by Beverly. Shot clock at 14 with the
Pat getting
offensive
fancy.
2.5
See, Lou's trying to get to his left. See that?
with the
Lou
offensive
wants to get to his left on the screen, but KCP is taking it away or trying to. He wants him to go right. He's trying to take it away or ice this ball screen. But especially for Lou, they want to force him right. And the spacing is really bad. If he goes right, there's 2 guys over there. There's no room. All the space that's open is on this side of the floor.
2.5 to play in the first. Screen
But he
by
gets to a spot
Howell.
anyway, basically, and hits a shot.
Which he prefers, and KCP
Okay,
doing
Pat.
a good job. Look at this. Patrick Beverly just
Pat plays so hard.
Cook isn't taking it right to the
Quinn Cook.
Golden State Warrior. And locker room presence for that young team. Indeed he was. Leadership begins now. This Laker team, Kawhi Leonard chiseling.
Kawhi just needs to get to his spot. You know, he's so meticulous in how he maneuvers his defender around in the post. And he'll get to where he wants to go, right? And if he's open, he'll shoot it, or he'll rise over you and shoot it. Or if a double comes and he can't get a shot off, he'll move it. But what makes him so good is there's really no wasted movement. He's going to get to where he wants to go and then make a decision from there.
Leadership begins now. This
And there's nothing you can do. I'm that deep. I'm just shooting over you. You're not going to help. You're not going to double team. Let me ask you something. Look how deep he's got the ball. Right? Don't you think you should help somebody?
Kawhi Leonard chiseling.
But I'll say another thing. Look at this lineup. So this is the end of the first quarter. LeBron and AD are off the floor at the same time. Okay? And then the Lakers have Dwight Howard at the 5. I guess they have Jared Dudley at the 4. Because then they've got KCP and Quinn Cook and Troy Daniels. Oh, that roster's doo-doo. Doo-doo. Roster's doo-doo. It's the Grinch. That's what he thinks of the Lakers roster. Doo-doo.
Laker team, Kawhi Leonard chiseling. What a touch. There looks. Shot clock.
So Lakers are still up 6. So we've had to claw our way back. Claw our way back. Get it? Kawhi again, getting to a spot and making the right decision. Okay? I think this is the next possession down. So if you'll notice, Jared Dudley is down here guarding JaMychal Green. Okay, when Kawhi has the ball in the corner. He starts to back him down. Some fakes. Jared actually leaves JaMychal right now. I think if Kawhi could see him, he would just skip it to him right now. But Jared really doesn't go all the way. He kind of goes halfway. He's in no man's land, really. He's not helping. I mean, he's not going to double. Get to my spot and then make a decision. Jared is just lost. You did nothing. You left your man wide open, basically.
Finds an open JaMychal Green.
So that's what the Clippers are going to do. They're going to take advantage of people's lack of depth to the roster. I mean, there's going to, it's just going to be, it's a matter of time. It's like a good boxer that's just boxing and boxing and moving and boxing. And it's just, if I'm better than you, I'm going to pick you apart. And it's just a matter of time before I find out where I need to go. and hit you there and hit you there and hit you there and knock you out. That's just the way they're going to be.
Finds an open JaMychal Green.
This is a funny lineup the Lakers have. This is like the Charlotte Hornets. Like if you name that lineup to me, I would say that was the Charlotte Hornets. LeBron's back in now. Okay, sorry. LeBron Kawhi getting to the paint, moving it.
Beverly saves it. Shot clock down to 5.
Getting to my spot, rising up.
They need his outside shot to drop. It didn't much last year. They needed more.
Lou wants to go to his left, but no, he goes to his right, kicks it out. I wonder what LeBron thinks. I wonder if when Kawhi went on this run, if LeBron was like, man. Because I know at 45 years old, when I go play, I just can't move like I used to. And in my head, I'm just like, sucks. It's depressing. And I know he's a beast. He's a workout beast. He's in great shape. But I wonder if there are times where in his mind wants to do stuff that his body can't do anymore, or not as good as he used to. And he thinks to himself, man, I wish I could do what I used to be able to do.
Feeding Leonard triple. Following up Kawhi Leonard, Frank Vogel. That's the first lead for the Clippers tonight. You trailed by 11.
Jared Dudley.
So we've had a 13-point turnaround early. LeBron with the three. 48 games.
Speaking of Jared,
The first teams to make it.
I think he hits a three right here. This really pissed me off.
And here is Dudley with a
This little celebration right down here. Dudley, yo, the adult league is down the street where you should be playing, and that adult league, that men's league, the 235, 250 pound and over league, is down the street. So don't be celebrating when you hit shots. Granted, you were 2 for 2 tonight from 3. 2 for 2. 6 points. Right? But guess who was the worst player in plus minus in the whole game for both teams? Plus minus. That basically means that when you were on the floor playing, how did your team do? Did your team win by so many points or lose by so many points? The worst player on the court tonight was Jared Dudley. He was a minus 20 when he played. So the Clippers outscored the Lakers by 20 points when you were on the floor. So stop your celebrations. Now I get it. Your career is winding down. You've got to bring attention to yourself. Otherwise, no one's going to notice you. So you got to do stuff like that to draw attention. I get it. You want to have a career in Hollywood, or you want to get on TV, do Laker talk when your career's over. You want to be a personality. So I get it. But it's just a bad look. I just don't think it's a good look.
Jared Dudley.
The adult league is over there. Look at him, man. He plays in the NBA. He's got a dad bod. He's got a dad bod.
He's looking at his legacy. You mentioned the 8 All-Stars.
So he's already gotten lost once. So I'll point out another Jared Dudley.
Show for it in the postseason.
There he is again, too late. He can't move. Okay.
He's looking at his legacy. You mentioned the 8 All-Stars and the 3.
So they zoned up right here. Lakers zoned up. Dwight moved over. Dudley's got Montrez, but he's got to cover 2 because they're zoned up. Because Dwight went over to help. Right? So Dudley's got to sprint out there and get there. He just can't do it. It's fun. He's actually in really good shape too. LeBron. It's tough. It's tough. That's tough. Dudley, good pass. Daniels, that's good passing. I like Trey Daniels.
56% from the floor. Clippers 48.
Kawhi had 30 tonight, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. That's a sick shot. Yeah, people have no idea. I mean, he had 36, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 6 turnovers, 5 fouls. But this was almost like his shot against Philly in Game 7 in the playoffs last year when he won Game 7, when it would bounce, drop. I mean, gets there. I mean, look at that defense. That's great defense. He's got LeBron running at him. KCP challenging it up high, but just rises up.
Daniels free to fire. Oh! Slid on inside by Kawhi. Leonard has 11 of the 16 in the quarter. Look at the great
Mo Harkless. We got more Harkless. Clippers got more Harkless for, nothing. We helped facilitate the Hassan Whiteside trade and got more Harkless from Portland. We just took on his contract. So 1 year, I think $11 million this year. And so he was great. He had 10 points, 4 rebounds, 2 for 3 from 3, 4 steals, 2 blocks. Just makes lots of plays. Very active, big, 6'9", 6'8", 6'9", long. Can shoot it, get to the rim, can do a lot of things.
After that slow start in that first quarter by Kawhi.
There's Mo right there with the steal.
Clippers this quarter, 9 of 10.
Shamet. See, look at this. I mean, this is not a playoff game. And that was great for Shamet. Let's talk about Shamet for a second. You know, he had 8 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. He was 2 for 4 from 3. He tried, he's trying to do stuff off the dribble. He's not really comfortable yet doing it. He's more of a catch and shoot guy like he did there. He hits one later. Catch and shoot, that's what he's good at. It's good to see him hit some shots. But, I mean, it's really good to see the bench in game one. I mean, let's not both teams, no matter who lost this game, after the game would have said, this is only game one. Wasn't a big deal. It's just game 1 of 82. Treat it like any other game. Move on. But this is a big game for both teams. Both teams really wanted to win. They could say they didn't really, doesn't really matter, but they both really wanted to win. They kind of set the tone for the season. You got Jerome Robinson, Fee, Paul George, Zubac, Rodney McGruder, Swaggy Peepee, JaMychal Green. We got Wakanda. Look at, that's the Black Panther actor, isn't it? Behind him. He must be a Laker fan. He's not cheering or anything. He's just standing up. Is that this girl over there? Oh. This dude's rocking the chains. All right. Avery Bradley. The Clippers traded Avery Bradley because he can't play anymore. I think he plays hard. He plays defense. He plays the right way. He really gets after it. He's one of those guys. So I think he's good to have on your team. But you can't expect him to score. Anything you get from him scoring is just cherry on top. He's a defender and a driver, right? But he hits a couple jumpers here. But you're open for a reason. You should make open shots, but you're open for a reason.
That's a shot. Up and down. 3 of 4 in 16 minutes off the bench. 18 for Leonard. And LeBron the other way. The game.
Look at AD. He's so impossible to guard. See, right now we're small. See, right now we've got Mo Harkless at the 4 and Kawhi. And that's... Actually, they've got AD at the 5 right here. They must have switched because that'd be Montrez guarding him. No, it's transition. They were in transition. They just got mismatched. So Montrez would be guarding him. So it was good offense by the Lakers. End of the first half. Give it to Kawhi. Perfect pass. Zubac. We haven't talked about him. Nice. Good layup. Anyway, so Zubac with the layup. Zubac gained 25 pounds in the offseason. All muscle, too. He's in great shape. Some games, he's just not going to play that much. Some games, he's great to have on your roster, though, for 82 games. Zubac had 8 points, 1 rebound in only 10 minutes. 8 points in 10 minutes. That's pretty efficient. 4 for 4 from the field. So at halftime, we were up 8, 62 to 54. Okay. The thoughts that I had at halftime was just our roster is just way better, right? We're much deeper. The Lakers had to go to the bench. It was just a problem for them. It's a huge drop off when they go to the bench. However, on the flip side, Clippers sometimes get better when they go to the bench, which is insane. You know, we really do. We get better sometimes, depending on who's in and who's out. AD was a beast in the first half at 18 points. He was 8 for 12 from the free throw line. Seemed like every possession he was going to the free throw line. LeBron had 14. Kawhi had 20 on 8 for 11, which is really efficient in the first half. Lou had 13. And interesting stat at halftime. The Lakers had 0 offensive rebounds, which is interesting because, they have a big size advantage over the Clippers for the most part inside. And we weren't doubling AD. We were just playing them, we're playing them, just heads up. We're just saying, let's go. So, anyway, started the second half. Patterson's starting again. Not going to second guess Doc. I mean, I will probably this year at times. I don't know why. I was a coach for a long time. And I hate when people second guess. But I'll just throw some my 2 cents in. How about that? I'm not going to second guess Doc. Okay. And it actually paid off, and it worked tonight. Patterson came in. I think he had made one shot, but maybe they just wanted him to just be a big body. Okay. So, okay, here we go again. LeBron just posting up Pat. Sorry, I have to go back.
Got the mismatch down low. You want it.
LeBron, triple team. Here comes McGee.
JaVale, I'm telling you, Lakers need to play him more. I don't know why he isn't. Maybe he can't. Maybe he's too tired. I don't know.
It goes to Beverly the other way. Shamet.
Zubac.
Rolling around in Zubac.
He's tough, man. Look at the way. Hold on. Look at this. This is funny on Laker bench. Look, everyone's got their purple stuff on. They got their shirts on. It's that bam. He wants to show off the guns. Put some clothes on, Dwight.
Rolling around in Zubac. And picked up inside by Beverly.
Up 11.
Patterson.
And Patterson hits this shot,
That's what he can do.
which made me say, okay, Doc, you were right. Because I was still questioning it. When Davis was going to the free throw line and we were losing, I was like, what are we doing? But there you go. Patterson finished with 4 points, 3 rebounds. That was his only made shot. So anyway, so now we're up 14, and I think this is our biggest lead. I have a lot of notes right here. Wow. Let's see. Here we go.
Clippers. 8-0 run by the Clippers. Here comes LeBron. The stutter step by Leonard in the corner for Green.
Oh, this is when Pat fell asleep.
And that's the result.
I actually thought LeBron would be a little bit more. I don't know. Maybe he hasn't played since April. This is the biggest break he's had. I know it's a long season, and he made some great defensive plays. The block on Shamet and taking the charges, and LeBron's LeBron. He's gonna make plays, but maybe he's just getting too old. I don't know. Anyway, let's talk about this 3 by Danny Green here. So,
Clippers.
okay, so as you see, Pat Beverly switches on Danny Green. He has him right here, right in the middle of the paint. Okay, but as JaVale hands off to LeBron, Pat basically stops. He knows this is the LeBron and AD show, so he's like, I'm going to be sneaky here. I'm going to try to get a steal. I'm trying to make a play. I'm going to try to they try to throw it to AD over the top and try to go get it. So he's focused on the ball so much right now that Danny Green's over there going, hey guys, I'm open. I'm a pretty good shooter. I've won a couple championships too. So probably the one guy in the perimeter you don't want to leave. So, but Pat, he can go rogue. He's got that in him, and Doc lets him. So, and who wouldn't, right? Pat's the best. Okay, so Pat kind of fell asleep there. Still got out there. It's a good shot by Danny Green. I don't know how he shoots like that.
Was out of bounds. Shot clock down to 8.
Oh, this happens again. This is interesting too because Kawhi is guarding Danny Green, right? But they switch all the time. So as Danny Green comes across, Kawhi's yelling, or I don't even know if he talks. If he said, Pat, to switch out and take him, but Pat's got his back to him, right? I'm pretty sure Kawhi doesn't talk very much, so Pat probably didn't even hear him or notice until it was too late, right? And you see Kawhi saying, "Gotta go, Pat," and then Pat flies at him and fouls him. So that was a 7-point. He had 3, and then a 3 plus a foul there. There were times in the third quarter, one of Danny Green's threes, where I thought Doc should have called a timeout. I just felt like everything was falling apart. I felt like the momentum, we were up 14, and now everything was shifting the other way. Doc never called a timeout. I mean, there wasn't immediate timeout, which is shocking. That's the thing Phil Jackson used to do. Phil Jackson used to sit there and let his players figure it out, during the regular season, right? Because they're going to have to figure it out in the playoffs. So I was shocked. There were times where in my head I was thinking, we need a timeout. The momentum, the crowd, as the Laker fans are cheering now. You could feel everything switching. But he didn't. But we held on. So what can you do? Good job, Doc.
To the races inside Kawhi. Shamet will finish.
This was a weird break.
Send him to Shamet is off to the races.
It's good hustle by Bradley. Shamet, you got to be able to finish. Shamet can't. Shamet struggles. He still struggles to finish at the rim. And LeBron drops the hammer. Now look. I know, LeBron, that you want to get on highlights and you want to do your hammer dunk and stare down Lou Williams. You're going to stare down Lou Williams of anyone? Anyway.
Bringing that championship experience from
Lou's going to his left.
Boston.
Yep, going to my left. There's nothing you can do. That's going in 90% of the time. He goes to his left.
In his Laker debut, Williams finds Harrell again.
Ooh, catch and shoot. That's what Shamet needs to just stay to, okay? Shamet wants to be more of a creator, which is great. He's only in his second year. He wants to create off the dribble. He wants to, use the pick and roll and do some things with the ball and show his versatility, but he's really good at catching and shooting the ball. That's his strength. So when he sticks to that right now, he's really good. When he tries to do other stuff, he's not so good. You saw the missed layup here. I'm pretty sure later on you'll see LeBron throw his layup attempt. But stick to that stuff. For now, work on your game, obviously. But here's another one. This is the one where I thought we should have called timeout, I think. Because you'll see Lou Williams is on Danny Green. Okay. Now it's funny because there goes Danny Green. Danny Green was in the corner here. Okay. He runs all the way along the baseline to the other side. Lou Williams does not move. Does not see him move. Does not move. Doesn't know where he is until right now he looks and goes, oh no. My man is on the other side. And Sam Cassell is yelling. So Lou got lost, and he hits himself on the head. Says my fault. But guess what, Lou Williams? Your check that you get from the Clippers says scorer on it. It says scorer. Doesn't say defender. It says scorer. So it's okay. It happens, right? But I think that's the one where I was thinking we need a timeout.
Shooting 55%. Each
Same score.
8 threes tonight. Green, he's gone 4 of 4.
And that's a moving screen. I don't know how you can just let a guy like Dwight put some clothes on, Dwight, that can do a handoff and then just move and offensive line block his way. You can't do this. You can't move and box out a guy. It's obviously a moving screen. You can't do that. Danny Green was on fire. He hit so many shots. But I get it. The NBA wants to close games, and they want, so I get it. See, it's tied now. We were up 14. Now we're down 3. Maybe a timeout would have helped. But maybe in the NBA, you need to save your timeouts for the fourth quarter. I don't know. Just a thought. Because certainly we didn't figure it out because we went from up 14 to down 3. It's a 17-point turnaround. I think all of this with LeBron went to the bench at some point. I don't know.
15-0 run. Williams to.
It's a big shot JaMychal Green hit. JaMychal Green had a good game too. He didn't play as much as I thought he was going to. I thought he was going to start and play a lot. He played a lot of minutes, but he had 12 points, 6 rebounds, had 4 threes. 4 threes. Nice job. Nice job.
Jared Dudley.
So now it's a tie game going into the fourth, man. It was a close game, good game, very competitive game. But if Jared Dudley's in the game, it's not going to be good for the Lakers. Okay? Again, LeBron's back in, but you've got KCP, you've got Quinn Cook, you've got Jared Dudley, Adult League's down the street, and you got to put some clothes on Dwight over there. That's a good D by Jared right there. Going to your left, that's 90%. Yeah. Goes to his left. That's just, it's over.
Leonard and Caldwell.
They just double Kawhi. Oh, there's Jared. That's what happens when you have a good roster. Mo Harkless.
Rebounding basically the
Thanks,
same.
Portland.
The biggest difference in all the
Appreciate
stats.
it.
Plus 15 points. Clippers and fast break maneuvers. James maneuvers down the lane.
That's tough.
Williams off the bench, 19 for the.
Jared Dudley's in the game, huh?
James finds Howard.
White.
Hounded by Harrell.
Oh, God, he hits another one.
Oh, man. Good steal there by Sweet Lou.
Another turnover, huh?
Oh, man. Good.
Here's the problem the Lakers have, too, is that everyone knows you're going through LeBron. So, you're going to be cheating that way anyway. So that's how he gets that steal.
Oh, man. Good steal there by Sweet Lou.
Surprised he didn't get a foul there either. What's the
Now they
ball?
got Williams. A screen and switch.
Uh-oh, you got Jared Dudley. What? Oh, JaMychal Green. This is a big shot, too. That's 2 big shots he's hit.
Little step back.
Up 9
mid-range
now.
shot.
It's a wrap. Jared Dudley has no chance in there. 0.
Just plowed right over him. That's a 2.
Now look, you could say
Mid-range shot.
that he has a right to his spot. He's there.
Is defending.
He's there, right? But he clearly just flops. Clearly just flops. And the referees are not going to reward flopping, right? Maybe in the men's league down the street, Jared. I love the look on his face, too. Afterwards.
Plowed right over him.
He was so shocked there was a foul on him. And actually, I was, too. I thought they were going to call charge. So.
Davis. JaMychal Green is watching Davis in the corner.
Avery Bradley.
Free.
No, that's what I'm used to right there, Avery.
Steal by Danny.
See, we kind of beat ourselves down the stretch. We threw the ball
See if
away.
this now triggers the Lakers. They're down by 10. LeBron.
So look, this is the finishing lineup, right, for the Lakers. Now, their finishing lineup is with AD at the 5. I guess LeBron's the point forward. And I was going to say they have 3 shooters around them, but they don't. They have 1 shooter, and they have 2 other crappy players. But one of those will be Kuzma. So that's kind of a problem. So. And the Clippers have, well, they sub in. They rotate. Danny Green has just played a great game.
By Danny.
To this new Lakers team, though, because a lot of the terminology was the same. Now, remember, he did play with LeBron.
KCP, does KCP do anything but pass the ball to LeBron?
And against him in the 2013
KCP's job is to give LeBron the ball. Danny Green's on fire.
Against
Seriously, KCP signed with Clutch Sports, which is LeBron's agency, and he got a huge contract. I think the Lakers signed him to I don't know if it's 16 or 18 million, something crazy. But I think a part of that was just to pass. His job is just to give LeBron the ball, and that's understood, I think. But Danny Green,
2013-14 finals while he
that's
was
actually off the
Spurs.
dribble, which he never does.
And against
Pump
him
fake,
in the
one dribble, two
2013-14
dribbles,
finals while he was with the Spurs.
Oh, Green got the bounce. The SEC Freshman of the Year got into some problems grade-wise. Went overseas.
Avery Bradley.
Nice shot right there.
What? All of Avery Bradley's shots, they showed. The funny thing is, this is a great game for Bradley. He had 8 points. Yeah, they showed all 3 of his makes. That's interesting.
Bradley. It's hurt him. And that one was really painful.
You notice you haven't seen a lot of Kawhi in the second half. I think he only had 10 points in the second half.
In from the wing, off to the rack. It's Leonard drawing the foul out of the Laker defense.
Putting the clamps down.
Here comes James, working on Harrell, kicks it out. Daniels with the 3, that'll be it. Reach the bench.
Come on, Pat.
Clippers
Let's go.
win round 1 with the Lakers by 10.
Fun guy. Okay, so there's the final 112-102. Again, Kawhi only had 10 in the second half. The best plus minus for the whole game for both teams was with Montrez, who was plus 15. Clippers had 3 guys over plus 10. I think Lou was plus 14. I think Pat Beverly was plus 10. I don't know. But Beverly, I haven't really talked about him too much. He had 2 points, but he had 10 rebounds. He had a couple of offensive rebounds they didn't show here. Free throws, got us a bunch of second opportunities. Had 5 assists. He was 1 for 7. So, but Beverly's worth is not scoring. We know that, right? Lou had 21. Trez had 17. Harkless had 10. 4 steals, 2 blocks. Awesome. JaMychal Green had 12. Paul George obviously didn't play. Rodney McGruder didn't play. Terrence Mann, the rookie, didn't play. I'm not surprised. Those guys will probably play. It's funny near the end of the game. We were up 10 or so, and guys were going for like that highlight play that kind of closed the door, that kind of the knockout punch. But, Kawhi took some deep threes, but no one really did anything. Kawhi missed a bunch of shots. Anyway, I thought, anyway, bench was great. Our roster is just really good. Just one game, so it doesn't mean much, in the long run. It's just one win. But living in LA, having to deal with Laker fans every day, it's nice to get a win versus the Lakers. So we've got a little trash to talk now, right? That'll do it. Signing off. I'll see you game number 2, which is sometime soon. All right, see ya.